All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into something so many of us know all too well. That feeling of frustration when you finally lose the weight, only to watch it all come creeping right back.
I mean, this is the question, right? It's the one that makes this whole thing feel, well, impossible. You do all the work, you see the numbers go down, and then somehow you're right back where you started. So today, we're going to dig into the science of why that happens and, the really important part, how to stop it for good.
Okay, so to get to that answer, we've got to first understand what the real engine of weight loss is. And hey, it might not be what you think. Let's just kick things off by busting probably the biggest myth out there.
You know the drill. We've all done this. You have that extra slice of cake, a big dinner, and you tell yourself, it's fine, no big deal, I'll just go extra hard at the gym tomorrow. It totally feels like it should work, like a simple trade-off, but the math, well, it tells a very, very different story.
So let's really break it down. Picture this. You go to the gym, you're sweating, you're pushing yourself, a full hour of really intense hard work. How many calories do you think that actually burns? Let's see what the data says.
300 calories. Now that might sound like a pretty good number, right? But, and this is a big but, when you actually translate that into how much fat you've lost, the result is, well, it's kind of sobering.
And no, that is not a typo. 0.03 kilograms. To lose just 1 kilogram, you'd have to do that same intense workout like 33 times. I mean, come on, who can do that? It's just not a realistic or sustainable way to lose weight.
And this gets to the absolute core of it. Trying to burn off calories you've eaten is just, well, it's super inefficient. The real power, the real lever for weight loss, it's not in the gym. It's in your kitchen. It really is about working smarter, not just trying to work harder.
So the big takeaway here is you don't need some crazy, complicated, miserable diet plan. The research points to two really simple, sustainable rules. You could aim for a daily target, something like 1,200 calories, or even simpler, just start by halving your portions. Either of those choices is going to create that consistent calorie deficit that gets you results without you having to live at the gym.
And hey, don't forget to watch out for those sneaky hidden calories. That sugary latte you grab in the morning, that can have as many calories as a small meal. And when it comes to something like beer or wine, it's often not even the drink itself, but the salty snacks that go along with it that do the real damage. Making simple swaps here and there can have a huge impact over the long run.
Okay, so if exercise isn't the main thing for losing weight, does that mean we should just ditch the gym completely? No, absolutely not. It's still incredibly important. It just plays a very different, but still vital role in all this.
I mean, exercise is absolutely crucial for your heart health, for your mental well-being, and yeah, for building that strong, toned body you're working towards. Let's think of it like this. Your diet is what reveals your physique, but exercise is what shapes it. See the difference?
And this quote right here, it gets to the heart of a massive misunderstanding. So many people blame the yo-yo effect on, oh, I stopped going to the gym. But the hard truth, the weight comes back because those old eating habits, the ones that caused the weight gain to begin with, they just slowly creep back into your life.
Okay, this brings us to what might be the single most important piece of the entire puzzle. We're talking about a hidden biological mechanism in your body that is actively working against you, making it so hard to keep the weight off. And understanding this, well, it's the secret to finally winning the battle.
So let's connect the dots. If diet is the key to losing it, but we still gain it back, even when we're trying to be good, what are we missing? What is this invisible force that seems to be pulling us right back to where we started?
Well, the answer lies in a fascinating concept called your body's set point. Think of it as the weight your body has gotten used to and literally remembers as normal. So when you lose weight, your body's ancient survival instincts go into red alert. It thinks there's a famine happening, and it will do everything in its power, crank up your hunger, slow down your metabolism to get you back to that higher, safer weight that it knows.
You are literally fighting your own biology. And that is why just trying harder or using willpower alone almost always fails in the long run. To make this change permanent, it's not enough to just lose the pounds. You have to actually convince your body that this new, lower weight is the new normal. You've got to reset the whole thermostat.
So how in the world do you reprogram it? Well, listen up, because this might be the most important rule we talk about today. Your maintenance phase, the time you spend keeping the weight off, has to be at least twice as long as your weight loss phase. So let's say it took you 3 months to lose 10 kilos. You need to plan on at least 6 months of careful maintenance to lock it in. That's how you prove to your body that this new weight is the real deal and here to stay.
You see? Once you understand this set point idea, it changes everything. It completely reframes the goal. It's no longer about a short-term diet. It's about a long-term strategy for working with your body's biology instead of constantly fighting against it.
Yeah, the real goal here isn't just seeing a smaller number on the scale for a little while. It's about permanently lowering that set point. When you do that, maintaining a healthy weight starts to feel, well, natural, not like a constant, exhausting battle.
So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, the research points to 3 simple keys. First, check in with your weight regularly. Not obsessively every single day, but more like a routine health checkup, you know? Second, if you see it creep up by a few kilos, you act fast to get back on track. Don't let it slide. And finally, plan ahead for those tricky situations. Holidays, vacations, big social events where it's easy for old habits to sneak back in.
And this might just be the most practical piece of advice in this whole explainer. Look, the perfect diet plan is completely useless if you hate it and can't stick with it. The real key to making this last a lifetime is finding a healthy pattern that genuinely fits your life, your schedule, what you actually like to eat, all of it.
So here it is, the final, most crucial takeaway. You've got to shift your focus. Stop thinking about losing weight. Start thinking about lowering my set point. Just that one mental shift can transform this entire process from feeling like a temporary punishment into a permanent, empowering change. Because when you understand these principles, that your diet is the engine, exercise is the sculptor, and lowering your set point is the real prize, you can finally break that yo-yo cycle for good. You're not just fighting the scale anymore. You're reprogramming your entire system for health that lasts. Thanks for watching The Explainer.